I'm going live already.
No, I was about to say.
No, I didn't go live yet, but it's going. We're probably here now.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome everyone. You guys are tuning into House of Spiritual Lives Radio here on. Oh geez. Okay. Here on Zoom, and you guys are joining us live here on YouTube. So today we are going to be discussing how to dispose of your spell remnants. When you're finished with a spell, what do you do with the leftovers? What do you do with that wax that's left over? What do you do with the jar that's left over, the herbs? Like, we're going to be discussing what we do, some tips and tricks on how to do it. And, again, we're just sharing how we do our magic. So please feel free to do anything and or even incorporate some of our techniques with your own technique, because it's always good to make your magic your own. So bringing you guys today's show, and this is going to be podcast, like we're podcasting, or you guys are not going to see us today. So bringing you guys today's show is me, Nina Sol, our lovely sister Bruja co-host, Cass La Sassy Bruja, and Chimu.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome, sisters.
Welcome, sisters. Welcome, sisters.
Sister Cass, are you able to see we're live, right? Okay, good.
Yes,
okay,
we're live. I'm watching.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
watching.
All right, good. I'm like, I think we're live. Okay. I know I messed up on the title. I wasn't even finished and I pushed like return, and then like it all of a sudden it said live, like going live. And I'm like, what? So I'm gonna have to go back and fix the description, because I don't even know how I ended on it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So so this week's topic is a good topic. I feel like it's one of the things that people tend to like ask the most of, like, what do I do when it's done? Like, and what's the proper way? And also too, we want to talk about like what's biodegradable and what's not, because not everything, you can't leave everything to the river, to a tree, or because if it's not biodegradable, you're actually disrespecting nature.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Mm-hmm.
So Sister Chimu, what are some of the techniques that you do? Let's see, maybe what do you do for your candles? Like that's a good one. What do you do for your candles?
What do you do for your candles?
Yeah, when they're done. Say they don't burn all the way down though. Like what if they only burn like halfway, or maybe they don't even burn at all? Like what do you do about that? Like what are some like things that could be done for that?
I guess it all depends on what type of candle. So like the glass novenas, you can reuse the jar, you know what I mean? Like if you want to get crafty with your stuff,
Right.
Use the jar, take the wax out, clean it real good. It's going to take a few times to clean it real good. You could use that as an offering cup. You know what I mean? You can make a nice little offering cup with those 7-day novenas. You can make a vase with them. So it's like a lot of things can be disposed, and a lot of things can be reused. Now, if there's like wax on the bottom, I guess it depends on the spell work itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if there's wax on the bottom, I tend to, I'll cleanse the candle, but I'll also break it. I'll put it in a bag.
Now the
and I'll
novenas,
break it.
sis, the novenas, for anybody who's not familiar with a novena candle.
Those are those long jarred 7-day candles as we know them.
Yeah.
So if there's wax underneath it, depending on what the spell work is, but truthfully, if there's wax, underneath, like still in the bottom of that candle, not for nothing, I'll still kind of break that candle. And then I'll dispose of it properly. I won't you know what? Like, think of it like this. Like, where would you dispose something like that too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, depending on the work that was done, you kind of really don't want to use your own dumpster to like dispose of things like that, depending on what work is done. kind of want
Yeah.
to go a little bit more further out from your house or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of candle wax remnants, even from your typical taper candle,
Yeah.
right? And you know what? The interesting is that I don't get rid of those. I save those, especially when they have a meaning to it or an image comes to you. Um, Things like that. I don't throw away certain wax.
Right.
Some of them I do, and if I do throw away wax, to be honest with you, again, you don't want to pollute the rivers. You don't want to pollute the streams. You want to be mindful of what you do. So it's like, if you got wax remnants, you finish reading through them, you feel like you don't want to hold on to it, like, you know, you're okay, you got the message that you needed or whatever. Feed it to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like make a little bonfire, of course, put it on the wood, and you can dispose of wax remnants through that way too, you know. Wax is interesting because truthfully, like you can bury it, but it's gotta be 100%. You scared the fuck out of me.
Only if
Was
the
it?
I'm
camera
so
was on.
sorry. I
I
seen that
know.
shit
Oh
from
my
the corner of my
God.
eye, like, you motherfucker. You
You
scared. You
motherfucker.
scared me.
Oh my gosh. What was
um,
it?
Cheeky.
Oh, it's cheeky. See, that's the thing. Is like I'm like I don't even know because like my first reaction when I'm like scared is like I'm
You
gonna
wanna hit
swing at whatever
somebody.
the hell it is. So I'm like,
Yeah.
if I have a baby ever, like that baby better not ever creep up on me. I will
Oh
Oh,
try.
my
hell
God.
no.
No,
You
the
ready?
scary part is when they're hovering over you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, that's that
Oh
scary
my God.
When you wake up and you see just like this little person shadow figure, and you're just
Oh
like,
my
Uh,
gosh.
you know, so funny. I used
child.
to do that to my mom all the time. I used to do that all the time to my mom. I say, it's just me. It's just me. I gotta let her
Horrible.
know it's just me. It's not a
Horrible.
ghost.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
gosh.
Anyways, if it's
Mm.
beeswax or natural soy wax, you could
Mm-hmm.
definitely bury that type of wax too, because it is biodegradable type of wax. It's a natural type of wax
Mm-hmm.
versus a candle that's also like a paraffin or, you know, something that's not really healthy for the environment because of the
Mm-hmm.
gases and stuff that it's made with, is, you know, then that's something that you kind of don't want to bury. Just feed it to a fire.
Right. My
Yeah.
favorite thing that I've done with paraffin wax is like I did a whole spell like with certain intentions.
Mm-hmm.
And it had to do with a let's like how could I say this? It had something to do with kind of getting something that I wanted, but it was like for the greater good. So
Mm-hmm.
I did this whole spell. I melted the candles all the way down. There was remnants at the bottom. So what I did was I took those remnants and I like melted it in my hand, and like I would
Mm-hmm.
like keep putting heat to it. I mixed different herbs and I put like a crystal in the center of it. I rolled it into a ball because that to me that's like a gree ball, a
Yeah.
small one. You know, you make
Yeah.
gree balls out of it, and then you can leave it planted at whatever the location is or the person is that you're wanting to influence.
Right.
So you
You
can also
see,
do that.
yeah, you can do that. You know what that is? That's there's disposable and what was that word that I seen that I was like, oh yeah, I could see that because um it was disposable and dispersing. Dispersing? Some shit like that, whatever. Anyways,
Dispersing.
dispersing. Thank you. Yes.
Right.
Disposable and dispersing. And I was like, yeah,
Uh-huh.
there's a difference between that, especially when we're doing magic. And, you know,
Right.
we still have
Yeah.
things like that, you know, because that little wax, little gree ball, you know, it's not disposing. You know
It's
what I
not.
mean?
You keep it working,
Dispersing.
like, and that's
Yes.
what I like. And
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
know, with stuff like that, it works just long enough to get what you need done. You know, so
Right.
it's like, and but it's also very very quick and very effective. Like as soon as you leave it, and I said like planting it because it's almost like you're planting like you're planting a little camera or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like you're planting a little like hidden like thing, you know, where you're at or where you're what it is with what it is that you're wanting. For example, if there's a house that you're really looking at and you really want to buy that house, you could do a spell to manifest that house, and then with the wax remnants that are left over, roll it into a ball, put your intentions into it, add herbs, oils, whatever you're wanting to do at that point, and
Right.
you can go to that property of the house that you're wanting and bury it there.
Yes, exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
or like even put it somewhere on that property, like, you know, like it doesn't even have to be buried. You could literally just throw it somewhere. It's like a little, like, you know, it's not something you have to go and like do like a whole process if you're trying to be discreet about something.
Right.
Just throw it.
Just throw it and put it there.
Just throw it.
Yeah.
Throw it and be
Spell
like,
it.
that's mine.
That's mine.
Afuera, afuera.
Dispersing and disposing.
Yes.
So I guess in order to understand
Oh.
what is good to dispose, also understand what is good to disperse out there. You know what I mean? Because there is a difference in both of those.
Yeah, and
type
then
of
too,
working
depending on if you're gonna put it in the dirt near a tree where animals can get to it, or in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So it all depends on what you have.
Also, if
I
you're
just
using
like
certain,
burning shit.
yeah.
I
If
just
you're
like
using
burning things.
certain, if you're using certain like oils like camphor and stuff like that, those are other things that you want to be careful working with, like, and leaving where there's gonna be like animals around. You know, just being
when is it a
mindful.
good time to disperse or dispose, should I say, oils? Have you done that before where you like
When they go rancid?
Okay.
Yeah, when they go rancid and they're like, you know, they just like, let's see, I had, what oil did I have that went rancid? I think it was it was like, it was some flower oil. I want to say it was like rose oil that I had made, and like it went rancid because you really do have to keep your oils out of the sunlight and like a cool shady area. Because they do run the risk of going bad. So, you know, going rancid, you'll when you open the oil and you smell it, it'll have like it doesn't smell good. Like it just has like a really weird, I don't know. Have you guys
Yeah, I
ever
think
smelled
I
like a
know.
rancid
Yeah.
oil? Like it's like really, it's
like
just
a
really
bombiao type of,
like it's like a turn off. Like
yeah.
yeah, it's just a
Yeah.
turn off. When you smell it and it turns you off, it's done. Like
It's done.
Don't use it. Don't put it on your body.
Yeah.
Don't like. Yeah.
Yeah, now with those, I recommend taking them to like finding out where your local, like where you can properly throw those things out, because you don't want to throw them in the garbage. Like I know it's the easiest way, you know what I mean? Just throw the shit in the garbage. Yeah, it's the
Sometimes it
easiest,
is,
more
but
convenient way. But
yeah.
at the same time, it's like you're gonna pollute waters, and you know you could end up getting some bad karma like that, because there's a lot of animals that die from like oil and like stuff being
thrown
you know,
on there,
thrown into the
yeah.
water. Eventually, it all cycles, makes its way around, and then we can't have water because we done polluted the shit out of it. You know, so just mindful and just you know, finding out where you can take oil to be disposed of properly, because there's locations like there's one that's not far from me at all, and you just take the oil, even with cooking oil too. You know, you save the cooking oil in like the jugs and stuff. You just take the oil over there and they dispose of it properly.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I say with that, because oil's kind of hard to, because I mean, what would you do with it otherwise?
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like I wouldn't bury it. You know what I mean? Because you know, I don't know. It's almost like polluting the earth. You know what I mean? It's like I don't like to dispose oils like that either. You know what I do? I just keep filling up that bottle. You know
just
what I
keep
mean?
working, even when if it's I mean, I guess if it's rancid, that's the thing is that
If
not
it's
everything in witchcraft is to smell good. It's about
no,
the
it's not.
intention.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like, yeah, like, I mean, I've had some pretty nasty smelling oils that like, and not that they went bad or anything, but just that not every oil or not every herb or, you know, spell is gonna smell good. Sometimes
Right.
stuff smells like fucking garlic. Like I've used garlic oil in spells,
Absolutely.
you know, and garlic oil doesn't it, I mean, I love garlic, you know, but it's not the most pleasant thing to smell when it's burning.
Right. Or when you have to put it on your hands to anoint something, you know what I mean? It's not the but yeah, it all depends, I guess. Like if it has gone rancid, how would I dispose of something like that?
I normally would use sage and cleanse that energy out so that the intention can go up with the smoke. And then to me, whatever, you know, once I cleared it, it's done with. Like it's already emptied. I cleared out that energy. So it's pretty much back to basic. Like it's oil, it's this, is that, you know?
Right.
There's no intent, there's no magical intent in it anymore because I cleared it out. It was already used, cleared out, and then up in the air. Right. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
That's a good way.
That is.
I've done a lot of like reusing like my candles. Now that I think about it, like there was this bomb ass money spell I did on New Year's, and the candle didn't burn. It didn't burn completely all the way down, but I feel like the reason why it didn't was because I ended up using that wax throughout the year. You know what I mean? Like that leftover chunk of wax. I guess because it was also like maybe it was like the way the candle was made, like it was like kind of more decorative, but it had a lot of intention for me. So I ended up using and I would take the chunk of wax and I would just melt like with a lighter, melt drips off of it and drip it onto another candle to like dress that candle with that intention of that money spell that I did. Like, so, you know, I did that too a lot and that worked really well. That whole year, it was like, it was a good year.
Yeah. I try to reuse the most that I can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Only because it's like, especially when it's certain things, depending, like if I'm completely done, there's nothing wrong with putting it in the trash, to be honest with you. You know, if you know you're done with it, you know.
Right.
You always still want to give like gratitude though to that vessel or whatever it is, you know what I mean? That you know, for whatever spell or ritual, whatever it is, you know. But I will normally, like, if I can, I'll dispose it. I will definitely dispose it in the trash. But of course, it won't be mine. So sorry if I ever dumped anything in anybody's trash can.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Yeah, and they see some shit and they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I had to, but I didn't mean to. But you know, don't trip. You'll be all right, you know. You know what's the easiest thing to dispose?
I swear I was just gonna say that. Like that is so that's so weird. That is so fucking weird. Because I was literally gonna ask. I was gonna
like,
say, Chima, what's the easiest thing that you feel to dispose of?
Is herbs.
Yeah.
Herbs, yeah.
Herbs and flowers are so easy to dispose. And you can dispose them in literally any way you want. Because I feel like when you're disposing flowers, herbs, things like that, I feel like the best element to dispose it is all of them. Earth, air, fire, and water, you know. So it's like if you wanted to dispose the leftovers of let's say a love spell, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna dispose that on top of the bed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely would. Or make a little walkway, a pathway, of where your partner's gonna walk through. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even with flowers, you can throw it in the wind, and it could be, as a quick, simple type of offering with the flowers. You know what I'm saying? Water, you could is biodegradable. So it's like I feel with all elements, herbs and flowers are so easy to dispose. So
Right.
Yeah. Especially if you're doing
I think
like
for
money
me, it's
working
fruits.
too.
Yeah.
fruits, yes.
Money working, you could just
Fruits.
throw it out in the front door,
Yeah.
Fruits are my favorite.
Fruits are my favorite too.
Fruits,
Like
Yeah.
I love doing that coconut magic.
stop playing. Yes, I know that's right.
That's my favorite.
I
love
love
doing
it.
coconut magic.
I love it. It's the best disposable that you could do is a fruit or a vegetable. The best. And I feel like that's another item, I guess you want to call it, right? Or tool. Let's call it a tool. Those are other tools that you can definitely use in all elements too, if you wanted to use your elements for, disposing, But I love a fruit. Shoot, give me that coconut. Let me get that papaya. Let me get those strawberries. Let me get that pumpkin. And
pumpkin magic though.
Yeah, the pumpkin magic.
That pumpkin magic, that squash magic, that, like there's so much, that potato magic. Those are things that that's definitely good to dispose.
You know what I really want to do? I really want to start. Yeah, that's. I want to.
Oh, you're cutting out, sis.
You're cutting out, sis.
Dirt from composting your. Oh, am I good? Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, now you're good.
Did you lose me? Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
I
was saying that. No.
No, we hear you.
I hear you. We hear you.
Okay. Do you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Chimu, you hear me?
Yep, I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah,
one more time.
I hear you.
One more time.
One more time. For the people in the back, do y'all hear me? Oh my God. Raise your hands if you can hear me.
Raise them. You give me number 1 on the chat.
Okay. I don't even know what the hell I was gonna say anymore.
The potato.
The potato.
The potato?
Yeah, remember how we were talking about like disposing vegetables and fruits, and we talked. I think that's when we started talking.
The compost.
The compost.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The compost, like to dispose of your. Because I feel like if I had a compost, that would definitely up my spell work with fruits and vegetables, and like even with like you can dispose of your coffee grounds through with the compost.
Absolutely.
And it's like living things that you're feeding because it's the worms that are living in there. Yeah, it's really good. If you guys have compost, compost bin, compost piles at all, definitely, be that witch that goes and like puts your leftover spell work in your compost.
Now, what happens if there's like glitter or stuff like that?
No,
biodegradable.
Please, yeah,
biodegradable. There's biodegradable glitters. I have like, I mean, they're of course they're a little bit more expensive, but I mean, if you really want to use, I like to glitter everything up, so I needed a biodegradable. Especially too for like your bats, like if you want to take if you want to add some glitter to your bats, because I love doing that. Like it's just, I don't know, like for
who doesn't want to feel girly, right? When
I'm
they
saying,
right. Yeah. Especially for like, for like the like confidence and having like the attraction, like glitter attracts, like when it's eye catching. So, if you're doing like an attraction spell for yourself and you want people to like be attracted to you, you can use glitter as one of your ingredients in your bat spell work or your but also too, again, going with the biodegradable for those special type of spells.
Right.
I'm a glitter whore.
I know. I love glitter.
I love glitter. Anything sparkly.
No, that's it. You're my friend.
Yeah.
Especially like in makeup, like the highlighter, the more shinier. I want to be beaming all day.
Yeah, boy.
I have a mica that you, and that's the thing too, is like if you're like how do you call it, what's the word, like what's that magic, I do it, I forget what the fucking word is. I do it, I don't know what it's called, like the makeup, hair, what we did a whole show on it, you guys, what is it called? Vanity. For your vanity spell works. For your vanity spell works. I don't know why I couldn't, the name just completely left me.
Yeah, right.
The vanity spell works, you guys can use like micas for eyeshadow, but you can also use them for dressing your candles. You know, so that's the thing too, is, and if you want to do a vanity spell for your vanity, then you could use stuff like that, like, you know, that you use on your face.
Right.
Or even enchant it, you know, enchant your pigments that you use, like, you know. So yeah, just getting into some biodegradable stuff. Like there's a lot of things out there. There's paper that I have that you can actually put in the water and it dissolves in the water. So I can actually write my petitions to Yemaya, to Oshun, to Olokun, and go ahead and put you know, put the spells in the water.
Right.
Sorry, you guys. My boys are over here acting.
I love his little bark.
His little bark. Hey. You're gonna hear his little, yeah, look out, you're gonna hear his little yelp if you don't be going. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I would never.
Like,
I know. I just like to talk shit. I would never. I'd probably cry like the whole time if I ever did that. Like,
no, today's National.
I just think it's funny to talk shit. Is it?
It
It's National Pupper Day.
It is National Dog Day. Happy National Dog Day, dog parents.
I know, dog mommies. It's our day. Oh, it's our day.
It's our day.
It's our day. It's our day.
Yes, it is. That's funny.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I wonder if any of the pet stores did anything.
I wonder.
They probably did.
Oh, I'm on a mailing list. They didn't notify me if they did.
Oh, right. Where's my baby's treats at?
Right. Where's my baby's coupon at? Louis, what's going on with you? You need water?
So what happens if you're doing like a return to sender, banishing, sour jar type stuff?
Oh,
like where do we put that stuff at?
At their house.
The nasty. At their house.
Yeah, at their house.
At their house.
Yeah, at their house.
At their house.
It's their shit, right? You're just returning it.
It's fair
shame. Just returning it.
Just returning it. You know what I'm saying?
You
could definitely do the remnants through there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back at your motherfucking ass. Or no, let me shut the fuck up. That is my secret.
Yeah, I know. I was gonna share one too, and
you know what? We'll save that. We'll save that for the Patreon.
Yeah, that'll be for the Patreon.
That'd be for the Patreon. Absolutely. Yeah.
Because I had one too, and I was like, oh, but I kind of use that sometimes, so maybe I don't want to share that.
I feel you. I'm not willing to share either because you know what? Yeah, we'll save that for the Patreon. But typically, yes, you know, you can throw those things, yes, at the property, you know. If you're a bold mother, okay, you can definitely leave it at a doorstep. You know what I mean? But yeah, you like those type of things, you got to get down and dirty. You have to gear up for it. You have to be ready to go. You have to be ready to disperse what you need to
Mhm.
disperse. Because that's not a disposable, that's a
Right.
dispersing type of spell work that you need
I'm
to do
gonna
with the
give me a
leftover
drone.
remnants.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
give me a
drop it off.
drone. Just fly that shit right there.
Fly it over the roof.
Yeah.
They'll never
Sprinkle,
see it.
sprinkle, bitch. And I'm just here like on my little remote control, like just watching sprinkle it right on the top of their head. They won't even know it.
That is so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think things like that, you got to be ready for it because, there's things that you do have to dispose in the cemetery if that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you have to be careful with that too because you need to know if you are pretty much allowed to be in the cemetery to do something like that too.
Right.
You just can't walk in there and be like, yo,
willy-nilly. Is that how they say
this?
Yeah, that's how they do
Exactly.
that. That's how you greet the muertos when you go to the cemetery.
Yo, I'm gonna bury this motherfucker right here. And like, no disregard, no nothing. You're just like, they're gonna be looking at you like, okay, let's see if that pops then, girl, because that ain't gonna fly over here, So, but yeah, like there are certain things that you do have to go to the cemetery. You do have to go to the grave, but
yeah,
those are gonna be things that, those are a little bit more pesado, a little bit more heavier.
But things that we'll discuss on the Patreon. Like those are things we'll discuss on the Patreon.
Yeah,
we'll save that for a café con leche.
Yeah, yeah, because there's actually like a kit that I would recommend products of having for stuff like that.
Yeah, because you just can't go in there and just
right.
A la loco.
You can't just go in there and raw dog the cemetery. It don't work that way.
They're like, knock, who's there? Fuck around and find out.
Right. You want to come home to some new things, and you're like,
bring a little friend home.
Friend home.
Bring a friend home with you.
Oh my god. We
Mom,
just created,
followed me.
I swear we just painted like a whole visual for people. Like oh my gosh.
That's funny. Oh my god, that's so funny. Your
I literally saw like one of those pop-up cartoon videos while we were talking. And then this happens and then that. Oh my god. Yeah, what were you saying, sis? Bathwater.
Bathwater. Have you guys ever disposed of bathwaters?
Yeah, down the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
down the drain.
Just down the, like you're talking about after taking a bath in it.
Herbs and everything. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh well, see with the herbs. No, see that Cass, you must have a really good fucking drain system because there'll be sometimes I'm not even sure if the toilet's gonna flush. I'm like,
yeah. Well, you know what? Because I have a shower. I have a shower, so I only use like a little bit in the palm of my hand.
A little bit.
Yeah. Whereas, in the tub, I would probably put it in like a cheesecloth type of thing,
Yeah, and a cheesecloth or
brew like it before,
Yeah, and strain it and then just put the water in there.
And just put the water.
That's the easiest way. That's
seawater.
The easiest way because oh my goodness, if you're with somebody that likes to take spiritual baths and just leaves fucking flower petals and all the other stuff just in there the next day. Yeah. Hint, hint.
You're like, babe, the toilet looks clogged.
I know. Jeez. Yeah, so
the water don't want to go down.
Oh my gosh, no.
That's like the homeowner's worst nightmare right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Water don't want to go down.
That's the worst.
Imagine that.
That's when it's always good to have like more than one bathroom, because then that bathroom needs to get fixed. We're gonna use this one for right now.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but you know what I really like doing in the shower is I'll pour like a pile of salt on the shower floor, and I'll drip like you can use whatever oil you want. I like to use eucalyptus, especially if I'm like preparing to do like some, if I know I'm gonna be doing like limpias, or if I know I'm gonna be doing like some sort of like spiritual work or spell work. Sometimes even with readings, like if I know that there's like certain client that I know is there's gonna be like some clients, like a lot of there's like some clients have a lot of spirit guides and ancestors that will like that all want to talk at the same time. So like, and then that's when you get all those cards like just flying out like toom, 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 it's like, hey. So when you want to do a shower to prepare yourself for readings or for spell work or anything like that, you could put a pile of salt on the floor. I like to use Himalayan salt, but you can use sea salt. And then you take the eucalyptus oil, the essential oil, drip that onto the salt, step on the salt, and then spin 3 times counterclockwise. And like and you want the shower water to be running too at the same time. And I'm telling you, it just like it's cleansing, grounding, like uplifting. It's just it really does help to prepare for spell work like that.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite ways to do it.
And that is
if you do look, I was gonna say, if you
or
do
that's
it, give me
after.
No, I do that to prepare. But if you want to, like, if you feel like you need it, like, you'll know if you need to do it again, like, you can do it again afterward. But I usually just do it. I do it before, like, to prepare me, like, so that I could give like my best, and like just giving me that extra energy boost. But if you feel like super drained afterwards and you want to take a shower when you get home to remove anything, you could do the same thing. You could change the oil to like something that's more like to what it is that you're needing in that moment.
Right.
Just don't forget to like send me a thank you or give me a shout out if you choose to use this idea. Don't be afraid to let me know that you used it.
What are some things that can be left at the crossroads?
Ooh, I love my favorite
foods part. Offerings. But we're talking about when we're done with spell work, right?
Right.
Coins, like like coins, money,
and people don't be taking these monies from the stop signs. Don't be doing that.
Oh yeah, that TikTok, I saw that too. Yeah,
don't do that. Leave that money. If you see coins and you're walking and you see coins on the floor, you know what? Don't pick it up. Now, however, if it's a child, then that is different.
That's different.
But don't send that child to go pick up a quarter either. That child has to willingly see, wow, there's a quarter there. You know what I mean? Like, that is the only person that is supposed to touch those coins when they see that. But as adults, no.
And the toys too. Like if you leave toys, because I've left toys at crossroads. And that's fine because eventually a kid sees it and that's exactly what you want. Like I feel like in the type of spell work, like how we're talking about, when you leave a toy at the crossroads, like we know what that's for, and then it goes to a child, so it even more so like adds, it doesn't do anything to the child. Like don't think that the toy is gonna like somehow like it's giving them something, it's giving off on something like bad. It's actually like it's like creating good karma, but giving an offering to like the similar energy of the spirit that you're petitioning.
Right.
So yeah, that's what that is.
But you know what though, sis? Food is also another of the disposable.
Yeah.
Food is, because you know what? How many let's say you are a person who actually does sit down on your ancestor altar and eat with them. You get what I'm saying? And that's another thing too. Like, how do you dispose some of the things that are on your ancestor altar? And there's people who sit down and have a plate. They serve them and then they serve themselves a plate. And guess what they're doing? they're sitting down on that ancestor altar and they're eating with them. They're eating with their ancestors. You know what I mean? So what do you do with that food? Do you just dump it in the garbage? If that's the only thing that you're able to do, maybe you're not ready to do things like that as far as like, in the crossroads, then okay, I can see that. But you still have to pray over that food. You still have to give thanksgiving and gratitude to that food before you even dump it in the trash or give it to the crossroads. So it is a form of a disposable, this food, for sure. Fruits is something you can definitely leave on that crossroad. Fruit.
Right.
Yes, I love a fruit in the crossroads, so.
You just want to make sure that you take stuff out of the wrapping. Like if there's anything in a wrapper or, a wrapper or anything that's like foam, because foam isn't biodegradable. At least I don't, right? I don't think it is. I don't think
it is.
I really don't. I don't think it is.
I don't trust it, even though.
Yeah, but like paper drink holders, like stuff like that stuff's disposable, but at the same time, you don't want to just like litter it. Like now, if you did something inside of like a drink holder, because you can use drink holders too, like you cut them in fours and you can use those for different things as well. But you can leave those. Like I've left candy offerings. And candies, I ain't even gonna lie, I've been bad about not taking the wrappers off, especially if it's like Jolly Ranchers and stuff, because I'm like, I ain't got the time. but then that's on me that I should probably be picking candies that are not in wrappers.
But
you know what I mean?
yeah, because I think at the Dollar Tree, I think they sell them in a bag where they don't come in a wrapper.
Oh,
okay. Just cut the bag off.
Yeah, because I'll leave candy at the bottom of like hills. Like if you find like a really like big hill, if you leave candy at the bottom of it, it's really good.
Like maybe for like the troll type of energy?
For issue.
Okay, I was gonna say maybe like the troll underneath the bridge.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he can kind of be like that. I could see him doing some stuff like that.
Like the troll under the bridge, and you'd be still throw him some sweets, and he'd be like,
okay, I'll let you go. Let you pass.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, you get 3 wishes all of a sudden, like, oh,
right,
the troll became a genie, and then became.
That's right.
Oh my goodness, but yeah, definitely.
What about in the water?
Too, like
papers,
you were gonna say water?
She said paper.
No, what? Yeah, like what can you dispose in water?
Like that's where the dissolvable paper, like dissolvable paper, even like the seed paper. Like, you guys ever seen that? Like the seed paper, I've seen people get like do baby shower invitations with seed paper, where you plant it and you grow it.
Really?
Yeah, see, so you could actually do stuff like that. The dissolvable paper, in the water. Oh, also 2 watermelons. Like if you go to like the lake or the beach, you can actually write your petition on the watermelon, or even stick it inside, inside of the watermelon, and then you can push it out to the water. I don't know what ends up happening to it after a while. I mean, I don't know. I'm
pretty sure the wave and the currents.
You'll probably bust it up across something. Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because a lot of people will like do the watermelon either whole or slices or cubes. Like it all depends. I want to say on the practitioner and their practice. But a lot of, I've seen whole watermelons.
I do it whole. Yeah, I do it whole. I'll get the little baby watermelons, and I'll just put them in there whole.
Yeah, that's what I've seen. I've seen whole watermelons in there before. And you'll be amazed how the current actually takes it out.
Right.
And so, that's, again, those are just like messages and things like that you catch and see, and, you know what's good in water? Sunflower seeds.
Oh,
So like if you're disposing of seeds and water, what do you think it does? It grows. So those are wonderful things to dispose in the water, because water will carry the seed, and eventually it's gonna hit the land, the banks of the river or the banks of the side of the creek, so try it, because it's like, what if you dispose like the sunflower seeds that you made for a spell, right, or whatever, and you need to dispose the seeds, you can do it in water and let the current take it and see if you get sunflower seeds. You know what I'm saying? If
I
you
feel
see
like that's like, I
sunflowers,
feel like that would be really good for the river.
yeah,
Like as
the
you
river,
said that, I was like, oh, the river,
the river,
because of the
absolutely.
sunflower and then the
Yes. So I always say seeds are good for water, like and the ground and bearing it. Maybe you can go to a field, a park district somewhere, and plant the apple seed that maybe you did an abundance spell with, you know what I mean? And if you're not going to use the seeds as a talisman, right? Then you can bury the seed maybe in a pot in your own home, or go outside and give it back to Mother Earth and see what you come up with, and
right.
Seeds are good. I love a seed. Seeds are awesome. Those are the best to dispose. So
does anybody in the whoever's watching, if you guys got questions, leave them in the comments. We love
who
to
y'all
answer
got
questions. I see Stacy.
Hey.
Hi, Stacy. Johnny Dragon.
Hey, Johnny.
Mary Jane.
Hello.
Koya.
Hello.
Our number one fan. Oh my god.
We have, right. We have Xavier Mack in the chat. Hello, Xavier.
Welcome, Xavier.
Welcome.
Yes. And Denise. The sister
Hey.
Denise.
Hey, sis.
Yeah, so if you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments. We love to answer questions.
For sure.
We love answering questions. Everybody's just saying hi to each other.
Hi to each other. Hello.
Yeah, we're gonna have this like Q&A time, so you guys ask away.
Yeah.
If you have ever wondered how to dispose of any type of spells and you guys are wanting some advice, now is the time to go ahead and post your questions.
Put them in caps so it'll stick out.
Yes, so we can stick out and see. I dispose and disperse almost anything and everything sometimes. What do you guys feel about jars too? Like, do you feel like a jar should be...
What's crazy is, I swear, like the synchronicities, like we've been like syncing like all like, I'm like, oh my gosh. I was gonna ask you guys. Yeah. I was gonna ask you guys, like, what do you guys think about like bottles, like glass, like bottles and like the lake and the beach? Like, because that's one of my favorite things is to find sea glass. But it's like, so I don't feel like it's damaging, like how plastic is obviously, not
plastic
a good
is
thing.
Horrible.
Yeah, that's not a good thing. But like, is it bad to put to do like and you have to be careful too what you put inside, but like to have like petitioning and sticking it inside of a bottle or sticking other things in there. Like for example, if you're doing maybe you're trying to get pregnant and you want to do a fertility spell and you want to pray to like Yemaya to help you to conceive, what about like doing breathing into the bottle? Because when you're giving birth, you're doing that breathing, right? That's the lamazes. So you're doing that breathing inside of the bottle, focusing your intention, and then leaving it to the lake. Like, would that be something that, like, what do you guys think as far as putting a bottle into the water? A glass bottle.
Yeah, I would love to. I prefer putting glass bottles than plastic bottle any day.
Right.
Yes, absolutely. Because it's not going to harm the environment.
Yeah.
You know how many glass bottles are popping up in all coastal areas that God knows when they were done? You know what I mean? And the bottle's still in good shape. And yeah, there may be nothing in there because obviously, you know, maybe something that was in there was biodegradable, like paper, right? So
maybe cork it just so that nothing can like get stuck inside of it or like get, you know, but also too like corking your intention into it. Yeah, because there's like a lot of things too, is like when they've you know, and I've seen like horrible like photos of animals getting stuck in like those like
those
plastic rings.
I know, those are so sad.
It's so sad.
I always cut those all the time. Yeah, that's
because that's horrible. I would rather, I love to use a bottle. Give me a bottle. Give me that genie bottle. Because
You know,
I prefer to use that than
wish
anything.
magic.
Yeah. Like a message in a bottle. Like for the jars and like the 7-day candle stuff, what I'll do is like I had said earlier, you know, I'll clear the energy out with sage, or you know, you can use Palo Santo or just spray it with some Florida water, and I put it in the recycling.
Oh, nice.
Because I'm giving it back to the earth in some way, and you know, it's going to be recycled and used for something else.
Yeah. See,
I
like to upcycle. So y'all might come over and ask for like a glass of water. Yeah, I'll bring back
and I'm drinking out of a novena candle.
A novena candle.
I'd be like, Dad, I'm gonna give you a tall glass of water.
I'm gonna give you a tall glass. Chimo, do you want the novena candle, or do you want a mole bottle, a mole jar?
That's right. Because I save my mole jars. Y'all stop playing with me. I swear I do. Those mole jars are banging. And you know what? Again, like those mole jars are your offering cups. You get what I mean? They're your offering cups. And I save those jars specifically for offering cups, you know? Like, because sometimes a lot of places, like in certain communities, they don't have the luxury of like a recycling glass bin and things like that. You know what I mean? So we always had to improvise on the tools that we see that have potential to be kept, you know? So it's like, hell yeah, give me that mole jar. What?
So
Denise dazzling.
I'm sorry, Denise put something. I said Denise put something in the comments, but I was like, she said they aren't bindings, just spells, but we're done. LOL. I don't know. Sis, can you elaborate a little bit more?
Yeah, I was just gonna say right now. What the hell was I gonna say? Now I just lost it. Oh my god!
I'm sorry.
No. It's okay. It'll come back. It'll come back when it's time.
Come back.
Because now I'm like, I think what Denise is saying is they aren't bindings, just spells, but we're done. LOL. Is it bindings? Like how to dispose of like bindings when you bind when you do a binding on somebody and like you're done like binding them, like you've seen that your spell has already worked, but you're wanting to know what you do after, like to like let them go after you know, after that. I feel like with bindings, if it's a picture, if it's anything to do with a picture or a doll baby, like especially if it's made out of like corn silk or tamale, what do you call that? Tamale skins? What's it called? Corn husks?
The corn husks.
The corn husks.
I made it all complicated with tamale skin. Now I want tamales. But if it's something like that, then you know you can burn it. Like burning it after it's okay, it's done its purpose, it's served its purpose, and it's time to like let this person go. Because that's the thing too, is you know, after a while you kind of on some bindings, like it's good to let these people go after they're no longer a part of your world anymore. You know, it's good to let them go peacefully.
Right.
So cremate them. Oh my God.
Yeah. So they can come back transformed.
Yeah, so they can come back. Okay, so she said, what if I've kept a container of spells done for 10 years ago? How can I dispose of it when I can't go to the rivers or far?
Okay.
Yeah, a jar. Spells done for 10 years ago. Damn, that it got some, there's some see, so with that, yeah, I with that, I was like, I wouldn't want to open it.
Yeah.
Because after 10 years, it's like you just think about, I don't know, like when things are aged for that long, yeah, they're potent. Yeah. So if you release it, I don't know what
especially after it's been especially if it's shown results. You know what I mean? And you don't really need it anymore. I would say you can't go to the rivers or far.
Oh, railroad tracks.
There you go.
Railroad tracks.
Yeah. You can leave it at the tracks.
Like if there's a railroad tracks, definitely to carry it off. Like if there's like, if even better, if there's an actual train cart, if you like roll it into there or some shit, like throw it up in there.
Oh, like
that
in
way
between the
it
tracks?
takes off. Yeah, like it takes off, it takes it with, you know what I mean? Carries it off. Like it's done. It's, you know, and then whatever, however it's from there, like whatever happens to it, like say somebody opens it or something like, or breaks or anything like that, it's no longer your problem. It's been carried off. It's like, it's no longer, not that it's gonna affect
done its course.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing is like, if somebody else was to open it, like, you know, I guess that's kind of like
demise.
That's for curiosity killed the cat. Maybe put something like do not open or something on it, like write do not open on it.
There'll be still some idiot out there trying to open it.
Bury it in your yard. Well, it's binding, so I guess you can't. Oh, she said bury it in the yard. Can't she bury it in the yard?
If it's binded to you still to this point, yes. If it's not binded to you by this point, no. That's how I see it.
You know, if this person is no longer in your life, then outside of your space.
Gotta get rid of it. Mm-hmm.
But if someone close to you was acting a fool and they're still in your life, but they kind of calm down, you kind of want to keep them close and be like, no, you still, you know.
Still work that
for a while.
Yeah, if you're like gonna be stuck with that forever, like, or for like not forever, where you is gonna like somehow have some tie to you, then maybe keep it like on the yard, like how the sisters were saying. But if it's like already somebody of your past and it's no longer, for sure.
Yeah, if it's no longer in use, that person's no longer in your life, or that issue or that situation is no longer there. Yeah, like don't bury it, you know, in your close to your property like that. Unless they're still there, unless you still have to deal with that person, you know.
Well, she said they're not binding ones. It's not a binding one. She said they're not binding.
I always say if there's no more, if it doesn't serve a purpose anymore, you know what I mean? You can definitely, you know, finally, get rid of it. I mean, if you want to bury it, bury it. If that's what you feel like you need to do, burying it, bury it, you know? There's absolutely nothing wrong with burying a jar. Just know that it's not going to decompose and it's not going to
and it could possibly be found one day or something like that.
And it could possibly be found one day. So
maybe with that, just throw it in the garbage, no? Because when the garbage truck carries it off, like,
I was just gonna say,
it's done with.
Exactly.
It's done with.
It's done with. So with something like that, put it in a plastic bag, paper bag, whatever type of bag, but put it in a bag.
Say goodbye, say thank you, and goodbye.
Thank you, and goodbye. And if you wanted to add an extra final, you know, fucking fist to it to be like, se acabó, se terminó. Break that motherfucker. Break it. Break it. Hey, let me tell you something. Don't play, because sometimes
that's true.
we could look like crazy women popping things open in a park, okay?
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah.
that's it. Throw it away, and that's it. Take it to a dumpster. Take it to a dumpster, maybe away from your home, and in how would I say, in a trail that you know you don't drive and you don't, that's not your everyday route. There we go, you know?
Yeah, if you plan on going far, just,
If you plan
take
on
it
going
with you.
far, go somewhere that you know you ain't never gonna go again, you know, or that's just not the area you're always in, you know? Are we breaking all kinds of shit in the park? Because the park is a magical place too.
Yeah, she said it's in an oatmeal container. Oh, you can straight up bury that thing.
Oh yeah, you could bury it.
Yeah, you can bury that. I think, but I think it does have a plastic lid though.
Yeah,
it does. Just don't take everything out, but just dump it. Just dump it. Because again, these are things that are you able to do? Yes. Oh, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Was that the only one that couldn't hear you?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I can hear you.
Oh yeah,
I can hear you. Yeah, I heard you guys.
I couldn't hear Chimu what she was saying.
Yeah, if it's a means where you can't, and that's I feel like those are the only exceptions. If we have no other means, and it's something of plastic and we need to throw it away, then just throw it away. But if you do have the means of, doing, going to the river, or going to a crossroad, or going to, a cemetery, A, B, C, and D, right? Then do it. But if you don't, there is totally nothing wrong with driving out of your way and dumping it in a garbage and then never looking back,
Or burn it outside in a fire pit.
Burn it outside, yeah.
Burn it outside in fire pit.
Throw it all out there, because it is a part of ending something. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, I think those are all really good ideas. So you got many options, sis. We just gave you a whole bunch of options.
A whole grand jury of it. Yep.
What else?
What do you do?
We didn't get no other questions. Oh, altar food.
What do you do with your offering?
So I usually just either I'll just throw it in the garbage, or I kind of just throw it in the garbage, because at that point I don't want to go and give it to like Issue. I don't want to give it to the Four Corners, because it's already like, it's old already. Just throw it in the garbage. Yeah, throw it away.
Yeah. Throw it away. I know with altar food, I do throw it away as well. I'll still kind of like, bless it and still pray over it and say, thank you, for sharing.
Unless you have a compost,
Unless you have a compost. Then
that I do. I'll leave it outside by a tree.
Okay. Let the little critters, creepy crawlers eat it.
Yep. I offer it to the, after it was on the ancestors, I'll be like, I'm leaving it here for whoever wants to partake.
Whoever wants to partake.
Oh, the animals. Yeah, the animals will eat it too. Like, as long as it didn't go bad. Yeah. But I think animals kind of know like what's bad and what's not. Like then the bugs
raccoons
will
eat anything. Raccoons will eat anything.
They're like huge rats.
I think they eat dog shit, so they'll eat anything.
Ooh, baby, not the raccoon. Not the raccoon.
Well, I believe it, because I got an embarrassing story about Armani, but I won't embarrass him. I won't embarrass him today.
He's probably looking at you with his one eyebrow like,
Mom.
Yeah, you better not though. I don't do that anymore. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I grew out of that stage.
That was the past, Mom.
Yeah. When are you gonna move forward?
When are you gonna move forward? Why you gotta keep bringing it up? That's funny. I know a lot of people, as far as like from, oh no, you didn't, bitch. As far as like, how would I say it? Like flowers that are on your altars, I guess it all depends, like, one, what you were taught, two, what you believe in, and three, what you're learning, like from your elders or other people or things like that. It all depends, right? But for me, a lot of my flowers, they actually do come from my altar. I save my dried altar flowers. And you know what? The beautiful thing about it is that my altar flowers never rot. I don't allow them to rot. The flowers dry up so beautifully. They're preserved so well. And I reuse those flowers to make an ancestor blend. You know what I mean? Because it's all the flowers that I've gotten for them, and I gave them. So I reuse a lot of my altar flowers and I'll make like an incense blend for the altar, things like that. But again, that does depend, because some people will be like, you got to throw them outside in the wind, or some people will be like, no, you got to throw that or bury it outside next to the tree or send it to the grave or blah, 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 blah. But again, that is totally up for grabs, as far as like, it all depends on what you believe in. But I save my flowers in the altar, and there's times where, again, like I'll use it, as a floor sweep, because sometimes people will look at it as it's dead, but I don't ever look at my altar flowers as dead, especially when they're dried and preserved so well that the color, like they still look alive, but they're not.
Right.
They're just dried,
Isn't that crazy how a lot of the flowers do that you put on your altars? Like how they'll look like they're almost like been preserved, like where they still have like vibrant colors.
Yeah, it's still vibrant. It's still beautiful. And don't get me wrong, you always want, if you can, fresh flowers. Don't get me wrong, you know what I mean? And once I see like those flowers are nicely preserved, there's no mold, there's nothing, they're just nice and dry. I give my Thanksgiving to my ancestors and I say, thank you so much for drying these beautiful flowers out. And that is my offering back to them. When I don't have flowers to give them, you know what I'm saying? When I don't have a fresh rose that I seen or anything like that, that's also a way of still saving and preserving and still reusing, And what do you do with your altar water? Because a lot of people don't know. Like,
I dump it down the sink, actually.
Okay. I feed it to my plants.
Me too. I give it to my plants. Yeah.
Like what I do like dump down is coffee. My aloe plant gets a lot of
See, my thing is I tend to overwater my plants, so it's like
so it's not safe for you.
So yeah, so either depending. Sometimes I pour it outside in the grass, or dump it down the sink, because I'm envisioning, ancestors are coming to drink this water. So what happens after, when they finish drinking, sometimes they leave a little bit there. So what do? You dump it out, when you have people over your house and they drink something, they'll leave a little bit left over, you dump it out in the sink. So I just think about it like that.
Yeah, like wine, I'll pour that down the drain.
Yeah, wine I'll pour down the drain.
But if you have a lot of plants, that'll be good to water.
If you have a lot of plants, it'll be good to do that. Liquor, as far as like if there's liquor, or beer, it depends if I'll put it down the drain too, because I'm not gonna drink that, So that I'll pour it down. But
I pour coffee and tea. I'll pour coffee and tea to this like tree that I have like outside of my shop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. Is like with the coffee or the tea, I'll coffee or tea, pour it to the tree.
Coffee and tea, pour it to the tree. I like that. Yeah. Coffee and tea, pour it to the tree. Denise said no fires. She's no fires.
Oh no fires.
No fires. No. No. Just dump it. Just dump it because that's the safest way for you. For you.
Yeah. Yep.
For you. So don't let anybody sit over here and dictate anything. And that goes for anybody. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I was gonna say nobody better not.
nobody better not. Please, no.
Because it's true. Because I mean, if it was that challenging to dispose of like your spell work, that's kind of like one of the things that makes witches not really want to witch, because they're like, well, you know, it's not, I'm not able to do that. You know, like everybody's got to kind of create their own way and do what they feel is best and what they feel is right.
Yeah, because not every witch has a car and it's gonna drive 5-10 miles somewhere. No,
right.
You know what I mean? If you have to do what you gotta do, okay, fine. Like, go to the next, you know, let's say, depending on what it is, 9 blocks. At least walk the 9 blocks, girl. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then just dump it in an alley. You know what I mean? There's a bunch of trash cans everywhere to take what you need to take, you know?
Yeah.
But you also have to always think of it that way. So it's like, I never, you know, people are going to dispose and disperse how they have to. It's how they have to. Yeah. What works for you, you do what you got to do, because that's the name of the game. Do what you got to do, you know?
Right.
Let's see. I know one time, story times, guys, real quick. So I was doing something, right? And at first, I was like, fuck, there's so many people out, man. This is annoying. How and why are people out at fucking 8 o'clock? And aren't you supposed to be sleeping? It's a Saturday morning. What is wrong with y'all? The stores don't open till 10.
Right.
Well, I got tired of driving, first of all. I was already like, you know what? F this. I'm coming out. I don't care if that old lady sees me. I don't care if that child's riding his bike at 9 in the morning. I came out my car. I disposed what I had to dispose on a crossroad. And all of a sudden, after I hear what I needed to hear, and then I heard the old lady who was watering her grass. Hey, you're not supposed to litter in this neighborhood.
Oh my God. What'd you say, sis?
I said, well, I did. Sorry. And I kept going.
Oh my gosh. She probably went and grabbed it and shit.
That's what I was gonna say too. She probably went to go see what you did.
And that's her fault, not mine. You know what I'm saying? Because once I had to hear what I had to hear.
Don't touch it.
No, that's her problem. You being nosy, old lady. You should know what that is. My God. Let me tell you something. If I see somebody, if I'm outside and I'm chilling in front, smoking a cigarette, and I see somebody just pull up and do some shit on the corner, I'm like, okay, well, let me cleanse my house because I don't know what that is. But I'm not gonna sit over here and tell somebody that, you know, especially if I know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not gonna be like, hey, that's not your crossroad, buddy. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Right. I love how you threw the buddy in there. Like, oh my God.
Shit. You know, because people always want to claim shit like that is not your corner, sir.
Right.
It's not your corner, sir. If that's the corner that calls to them to do what they gotta do, you leave them alone.
Right.
It's a community crossroads.
There you go. Okay. You don't own it.
Right.
You know, you do not own it. There's only one person that owns that, and it sure in the fuck ain't you, you know?
Right.
So
stay in your lane.
Yeah, stay in your lane. I was like,
push on. Push
I shrugged my shoulders at the lady. I threw my quarters back. I said, oh, sorry, but I did. I got in the car and I left.
Oh my God.
He's like, hey, you're not supposed to litter here in this neighborhood. I was like,
in this neighborhood.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Disrespecting the elderly for a little bit. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But she was nosy.
She would disrespect somebody's grandma.
My bad. My bad.
Uh-huh.
Didn't mean to, but stop being nosy.
It is what it
Oh
is.
my gosh.
She got scared because, when I had to hear what I had to hear, I heard her go, it caught her off guard.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, ooh, I scared the living bejesus out of her for a little. Are you awake, ma'am? Are you awake? Are you awake
Right.
watering your grass at fucking 7:30 in the morning? Are you awake now?
Oh my god.
I couldn't. I was just like, oh, just gets on my nerve. But oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I kept it moving.
Right.
And I try to be discreet too. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. Yep, yes, absolutely. Because again, you're like, I don't need nobody knowing what the fuck I'm doing. But for some particular reason, that morning, I was like, oh, you're real active in every corner, sir. You're real active in the early morning, sir.
See, that's what I like to do. I like to do my drop-offs are usually at night. Like I usually do mine at night. And like, but it's funny because like when I've broken coconuts at night, that shit can sometimes sound like somebody just like shot a gun. Like
it
when
can
you slam it hard enough because that pop noise. It just it just sounds it's really loud. It'll echo through the streets if it's quiet enough. So yeah.
It really does. It has a really loud echo to it, And I'm telling you, it was quiet, but people were still out, and she heard that, she jumped.
Right.
Te asusté, cabrona.
What were you thinking about?
What were you thinking?
Oh my god.
You should have known Chima was coming.
Right.
You're not supposed to let her in this block.
You should go next time. After that, go in the same fucking corner and be like, I'm gonna let her.
Oh my god. Littering.
Okay, littering, dump a whole thing of popcorn and chocolates.
Oh my gosh.
I hope the squirrels don't need it because they'll shit all over your lawn, lady.
Add a little dash of biodegradable glitter.
That will piss her off.
I know. Blow it in her direction.
Just to give her good vibes.
Oh my gosh. Where are we at on time, you guys? I think we're already at our time, no?
Yeah, yo creo que sí.
Yes, 6:52, ladies.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, it was a really good talk. Fun. All right. What are the things that we have to plug?
Well, don't you have to plug your witch's ball?
I do. I have to plug the witch's ball. So you guys already know the witch's ball October 8th is taking place on a Friday. It's going to be at Comfort Suites in Schiller Park of O'Hare. So this is the 5th annual Chicago Witches Ball. This year is going to be themed the craft. So the craft meaning whatever your craft is, whatever your type of spell work is. If you want to go inspired by the movie, cool. If not, you want to come inspired just by your own magic, just how you identify within your craft. That's basically what the craft, the theme is. But again, you can get creative with that all you want. So there are I believe there's only 8 tickets left. So if you guys are wanting to get your tickets, all that information is on the Facebook page at House of Spiritual Vibes, LLC Botanica. You guys can find all that information there. The ticket link is there as well. I'll be sharing it again because there is a promo video out there, but I think it's kind of gotten lost in the feed. So I'll go ahead and be sharing that again. So just kind of keep an eye out for it if you guys are wanting to purchase your tickets so that you guys can attend. Again, once these tickets are gone, that's it. There's not going to be any more available. So again, I will put all that information on the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
we're gonna have vendors. Like there's gonna be vendors, there's gonna be the dinner, like also too with the opening ceremony being performed by the that danza group.
Nice.
I'm so excited about that.
Yes. And the fact that you didn't get to do one last year, and you're so able to do it, you know what I mean, at this time right now. It's like, fuck yeah, why wouldn't you?
Right.
Get your ticket, man. Get your ticket. Buddy.
Buddy, right?
Get your ticket, buddy.
What are you waiting for? Oh my god.
Buddy.
You. Talking to you.
We're talking to you over there. Hey, all the way in the back. Do you hear? No, I'm just
oh my god.
I can't. I think that's it then, yeah.
That's it, yeah. And of course, you guys know you guys can join me on Monday for T4C at House of Spiritual Vibes LLC Botanica. I go live every Monday with a new suggested reading, and it's T4C, so the minimum is $5, and you guys get a live reading right there. So you guys could also join me there. Again, that is on Facebook at House of Spiritual Vibes LLC Botanica, Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be sure to like and follow my page so that you guys can get alerts on the suggested reading.
Those are always fun.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram.
House of Spiritual Vibes Radio. Chimu, what's your handle for Instagram and TikTok and all that?
It is 7Chimu7. So check
handle?
out our, and what is it?
That's what it's called. It's called a handle. Look, I just learned a new word.
I didn't even know that.
I can use that.
Yeah.
Handle,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
Yes. Okay, handle. Well, I'm gonna give you
I know.
my
Look at Cass
handle.
over here using all her okay.
Okay.
The TikTok jargon.
Yeah, right.
Yes, you can definitely find me at Chimu7Chimu. That is actually both for Instagram and for TikTok.
Yep.
Chimu7Chimu7.
You can find me under Cass La Sassy Bruja and on Instagram and TikTok. I'm there posting stuff here and there, inspirational stuff.
Yes.
Are saying to you and all that other good stuff.
Yep. And also too, like the card meanings.
Yes, I do. I'll pull cards out for either daily or weekly. I try to keep up with it, but you know, all my card pulls are timeless. So whenever you come across it, you know, just hope that message resonates with you. And if not, maybe you can pass it on to somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass on the love.
Oh, Koya has a question. Oh, what's your handle? What's your handle?
Mine is Nina Soul 13, right? On TikTok, Nina Soul 13.
Yes.
Yeah. Of course, Nico got a question. What's her question?
What's the question? I saw her say, "Is the Reflection Friday ready?" Not yet. I think I'm gonna yeah, it's gonna be a while.
She's like looking around. It's like
I can see her doing that.
Yeah, it's still under construction.
There you go.
She said, "What would be your trucker's handle name if it had to sound magic and sexy?" Trucker's handle?
Your trucker? Like a truck driver?
Oh my god.
Like a truck driver?
I don't know.
It has to be sexy. A sexy truck driver.
Over the road. Oh no, I'm just
over the road. See, mine was like monster load. Oh my God.
That's funny.
Yours, Chimo? What's yours?
I don't know. I was gonna say why it all outside. Why it all outside, Lord? That's what I was thinking.
God. While on outside. Oh my God. That's funny.
Oh, this bad bitch is coming. You motherfucking right. Move over, bitch. Move over.
My God.
I can't with you.
I know.
That's funny.
That is.
And then here comes Nina with her monster load.
Your monster load.
It's the smallest truck out there.
But it's a monster load. Yeah, right.
It's the monster load, though.
That's funny. Ay, Dios mío. That is so good. Ay, Nico.
Oh my gosh.
Hilarious.
Anybody did anybody else have any more questions?
No.
That's one good thing about Nico. She asks like some funny questions. Oh my goodness. All right. So I think that's it for the night, you guys.
Yeah,
sisters, it has been a pleasure.
Always a pleasure.
Always.
Yes, and don't forget to check out our Patreon, you guys. You guys can check out our Patreon at
the Latina Sanderson Sisters. Check it out. Look through it, skim through it. It's good.
Yes.
You'll definitely get a lot of info.
Yeah, weekly videos are posted up there, so check that out. Where you get to see us individually and our café con leche, where we catch up on
and talk about everything that we couldn't talk about here.
That's right.
Yep.
Can't tell everybody everything.
And if we do, we gotta know who we're telling.
Yep.
Or you're paying
bunch of creepy
for
crawlers
it.
out there. Shit.
Yep.
Ay, Dios.
That's right.
All right, Toya, Denise. Denise said, "Love you, beautiful sisters.
Oh, we love you.
Keep me in good thoughts. I go tomorrow to wound center. I'm scared, but
absolutely,
I'm doing it. Love you. Good night." Yes, you will definitely be in our prayers and thoughts.
Yes,
good vibes your way.
Prayers to you.
Yep, all of them.
Yep.
All right, you guys. Well, we'll see you guys at the next not this Thursday or the following Thursday. Or not next Thursday, but the following Thursday, because next Thursday we're on our Patreon. So if you guys would like to see that video and that content, you guys could find us on the Patreon. Until the following Thursday, we'll see you guys at the next show. Thank you guys so much for your continued love and support. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys later. Divine blessings to today, tomorrow, and always. Ache.
Amen.
Blessings. Bye.
Hold on, I'm about to hang up. I'm trying to find it. Don't judge me. Oh my God. I'm still here. Okay, bye.